the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. We are just moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. With that, we're off to Arrowhead for the call from Kansas City. We'll hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
On first down, Stanley finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Off play action. Stanley. Hunter Henry brings it in.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. It makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
On 3rd down, Stanley. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Watch out for Hill on the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
23 yards, the final tally.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a 2nd and 7. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Boom! That's how we do it, baby.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession.
Recon, 1, 2.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Stanley able to get this to Gordon. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Yellow.
3 down. Michael. March 49.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That was their 3rd sack of the ball game, 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Ready? 15, line.
56, right there.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Stanley gets it to Gordon. Might want to remember that 3rd down play, 37 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, have the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for blitz coming, and down he goes.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now.
Get it.
Back to throw. Stanley, complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards there, a 1st down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 33. Operating from the gun. Stanley. This is caught by Williams. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already. And they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. From the midfield stripe, they look to throw. He completes it to Henry. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Throwing on 3rd and long. Stanley, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Mahomes now on 1st down. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stanley. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. He is proving his worth defensively, getting the sack here. That comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop. And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. "35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. But now it'll be 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Mahomes to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James, a sack from his safety position. So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal.
Come on, baby.
Now Mahomes. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made him kick the field goal, and yeah, points went against him.
The Charger drive about to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish.
Okay.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. From midfield, here's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. And they will finally drag him down at the Chargers' 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. This is Hines. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So they've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on third and goal?
Check, check. Lock me.
Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic.
Come on. You better bring it. Slam, slam, slam. 61. Matchbox.
It's Hill, complete. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Butker's kick here is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And we'll get our first update of the afternoon from the Meadowlands. And it's the Cowboys that have moved down to an early advantage. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Stanley. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. To throw again. Stanley going deep here for Allen. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground, and they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Matt Weil now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Here's Hill on the return. Oh, nice move. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll begin in the NFC South. Tampa Bay paying their yearly visit to Atlanta. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front in the second quarter. Jameis Winston, a touchdown pass in that first half. From there, we head up to Foxborough to check on the Patriots at home at Gillette Stadium. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers with 2 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Tennessee Titans. T.Y. Hilton, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We're ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 23. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. kill. 77 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, a long touchdown pass into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
Check 56. Get in the white room. Get in the white room.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it a gain of 4. Leaves him with options here on second and just a yard. 2nd and 1.
Tough first half for him.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
They bring the pressure, but this is a booming kick. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Chiefs will take over at their own 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Here's Hines. He'll have a first down past the 40. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for KC. 72 yards. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. They'll look to run with Singletary. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Singletary. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Devin Singletary, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. They were able to stop him at the line on first down, but this time he punches his way through.
And sometimes just because you're stopped on the first run, it doesn't mean the play call was bad or incorrect. You might just need better execution and just a tad more determination. And they got it done on the second try.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So out come the Chargers. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Taken in at the 22. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
by the time
we have to leave the booth.
Mike, 49. Check.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a moment.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They will run again with Coleman. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh, right? Yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Throwing to start the drive. Stanley. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So possession goes over here on the punt. The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. On second down, it's Coleman. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Mahomes looks to throw on third down. And going deep for him. And this is caught. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Butker now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Got it. 56. Check 56. He can't hang. Blue draw Corkers.
Throwing on first down. Stanley, complete. It's Henry. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
General West. Ready.
From the gun, Stanley, and caught by Henry. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time, and it'll bring up third down. The offense on third down tonight, not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. And even 60 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
On second down now, it's Coleman. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And going deep for Hill, and that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes this field general once more, leading us. The Charger drive about to get going. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stanley. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking to throw. Stanley. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and he still get caught.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Matt Weil now. He's been terrific so far. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
Defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So take away the touchdown. It's kind of been one of those games for these guys.
I think it's safe to say that type of a play just added to their misery, right?
Back to throw. Stanley, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. 20. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. They give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that back to Allen. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Looking to throw. Stanley. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Let's go, baby.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. McClellan. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Bart, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Wait. Let's go, 80. 49. 57.
They'll run on 1st down. McClellan. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah.